Hi, hello, and welcome to the Bruce Sees All Research Channel. How's it going, everyone? Nice to see everyone here. My ghost will here first, and then it'll be other people. Bruce has been on time for the past 2 months. What the hell is going on? What the hell is Bruce doing on at 1 o'clock? Well, I'm waiting, and I know I never wait for long, but a great big thank you to everyone taking the time to check out the videos. Whatever anybody thinks, sometimes I do videos, dramatic videos, in a way where I try to reach out to people, but it doesn't mean always that I'm upset. I'm not upset. I'm happy that a lot of people believe in the videos. A handful of trolls with fake channels doesn't really change anything, but it's still interesting to see their efforts. Hey, JBS, Ryan, thanks a lot, you guys. Thanks for stopping in, tuning in. Nick, thanks, you guys. Thanks for the comments and everything, eh? Well, somebody commented, hey, same here. Love you, man. John Black, thanks, bro. SETI079, do you think aliens would like to drive our cars out of curiosity? That's a good one. Those are good ones that I like asking myself. Hey, K Wood, I think so. I absolutely think so. Imagine that. Who says they haven't already brought one back? Right? Maybe like one that doesn't work and looked at it and say, whoa, they do all those connections to be able to drive forward. All these mechanisms. A UFO is nothing. A UFO is an idea, right? Some types of UFOs and anti-gravity, it's just a hadron collider that's in the middle, surrounded by a hard shell, and that's it. Some of them not even. It's just, I don't know. It's special when you think of it. I tell you that. That was a good one, SETI079. Nick, John Black, everyone, thanks for the amazing comments too, and for taking the time to check out the videos. So somebody in the last video, Angel, oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful, and that's a name that, when somebody tells you, hey, I have a baby and I named him, and you go, oh my gosh, oh, nice name. No, that is a beautiful name. I love that, actually. And you know what? You're probably right. You're probably right too. That's awesome news. First of all, Christopher, congratulations on you, brother, for it. My son, growing up now, is going to be 21 soon, actually. And it goes by so fast. It really does go by so fast. So somebody commented, Bruce, you have a lot more comments now. And without looking at the comments on the last video, I answered the guy, nope, 20 comments is not much comments. Is so I guess now there's 150 comments or something like that. So I appreciate it. But I hope he doesn't get too up. He probably says, what an idiot. He's got like 100 comments, doesn't appreciate it. Well, it's not that. I used to get like hundreds more comments. But it's only the last video. I was able to get to 3,000. You know it. Did you see my title, guys? I almost had to say, and I have Anthony Fauci hostage in my home here, to attract people. And YouTube suggests to you need a title that really pulls in people, colorful icons and stuff like that. But it's not that it's faking it, but it's that you have to have this persona. So people have a tendency of writing, one writes closest moon images, and the other one writes closest moon images on YouTube. Then the other one writes even closer images on YouTube. And it's like, it's just a competition, but it's sort of fun. It is fun. If you look at it the way you look at it, I'm a competitive person when it comes to sports. So being online with channels, I just never saw it as a competition. That's the problem. Salut à toi, Alain. Merci, man. Hey, Christopher Rollins in the house. How's it going, Peter? Thanks, man. It's real talk time with Bruce Almighty Swartz. Y'all, let's talk. Lots going on. I mean, I love talking about a whole bunch of topics, and often the topics wind up here that we talk about, entities and everything, but there's not just one topic, so we can waver off on any given topic. Like, for example, the James Webb Telescope is out there in space doing a secret project, and they say that, well, we're not going to tell you guys what we're doing, but everyone invested in it. And then somebody wrote it in the comment on the last video, said, Bruce, they show illustrations, and it's true. When James Webb was going out and they got these people, this is the person that commented, he says, people are applauding and wow. And then he told me, he says, and Bruce, he goes, hours or days after that, they had the first image of the black hole. And it's true, because they were not supposed to have that telescope aligned before the end of the summer. Did you know that? July or August or something like that? Maybe even September. But it went out, and then they aligned all the I don't know how many mirrors, 18 mirrors or whatever mirrors, to make one image, and then they come back with this black hole image. And then the next day or two after that, they started adding the new theory to the black holes, and then they started changing what they were saying in the past. So in other words, I wonder if when we look back at ancient scriptures and stuff from the past, anything that's anciently written, if they did the same thing as us by changing things, like telling us a dramatic ending is coming when it was just an assumption. Nostradamus, they talk a lot about Nostradamus having calculated, and I think there's a little bit of truth in that as a theory that Nostradamus could have predicted many things in the future, because I did a really deep research, and not all at once, but through the years, about Nostradamus. I'm the Nostradamus. The Nostradamus, and there's the dumbass me. Nostradamus he was an astrophysicist. He was a mathematician. He was an astrologer. Everything that had to do with the stars, he was examining and studying them. So he came up with some pretty logical assumptions. I say assumptions or predictions. They were predictions. And a lot of them, he was spot on for them. If you look up Nostradamus, what he's saying for 2022, it's a bit depressing. But we the people's here. Thank you. Good to see you too, Dan. Thanks a lot, man. It so is, John. It's getting so real now. And Sirstig, hello. Thank you very much. Thanks, man. Yes, it's getting real. Thanks for being here. It is getting real and scary as hell. We're seeing everything's shifting too quickly. I think the whole universe, first of all, is shifting. We're changing places. I'm starting to have these dreams of the moon breaking out of orbit, or Earth moving, changing places, and stuff like that. The more you analyze the sky, the more you can predict things, right? Even if it's just theory. Well, Nostradamus in the past did a lot of prediction, a lot of theorizing and stuff like that. But he was an intelligent bugger. I'm not saying he wasn't, but a lot of predictions come from something inside of us. And a lot of people will tell me, most people will tell me, yes, but Bruce, that's God given. Well, okay, great. So be it. But there's still something inside of us that's like a guide, right? I believe a lot in frequencies, that frequencies exist, and that we're all on this same frequency level. And anyone or anything that goes off of that frequency level can be sick, maybe, or can be quickly noticed. That's for sure. Peter, I appreciate that, brother. Thanks for the generous contributions, you guys. I love you for it. Thank you very much. DJ Lehman. I don't know if I see all. I'll tell you what, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that I chose a hell of a cool title, though. And if I was to back it up with what I found on the moon, yeah, I would change the name. But not anymore, because if I wrote Bruce Sees All, maybe that has something to do with the reason why I'm seeing a lot of things. And I see a lot. I see definitely a lot of things. But I'm sure there are thousands of other people seeing things too. They just don't necessarily have YouTube channels. But there's lots I don't see, DJ Lehman. I ain't going to hide that, man. And a good thing I saw your comment. A lot of people say, see, that's another mistake I did, is by calling myself Bruce Sees All. When I don't answer someone's comment, they often say, doesn't see fuck all. So lots of fun with the Bruce Sees All name, right? But that's what people do. They follow trends. Surprised I don't see any other channels calling themselves Sees All. We got the trolls that started a few channel. Bruce Sees a fuck all. Excuse the expression, but I think it's cute. I sort of like the attention, and I guess it comes with the research and the hobby, I guess. Whether you call it a hobby or a job, it's my full-time job, but it still remains something that people are skeptical about. Hey, Scott. Carlo Skywatcher in the house. Hello to you, man. Thanks a lot, bro. Hey, Kermit. How's it going, Mr. Clemens? Ladies and gents. Does that exist still? I still use that term. Boy, pronouns. Learned so much. All these terms that people are using that they're indoctrinating the teens with, and oh my gosh, and the cancel cultures in the schools and stuff. We can hardly bring any of this crap up here. But it's all, I'll say, like John saying, shit's getting real. Everything's happening at the same time, right? Lots of very weird moves and that occurred, both especially on the other side and stuff. And but anyways, that's how it is. The divine sorcerer is in the house. Sorry I'm late. Had some personal stuff to take. Amen. Oh, I greatly appreciate that, my brother. As always, thanks for the amazing support you guys give this channel. The channel got really, really low. You seen it? Like 20, 30 comments. It gets scary that it does that. Those of you with channels, which is everyone here, not everybody goes into the studio in your YouTube studio. But did you see when you upload a video now, there's a new option when it comes to allowing people to comment or not? Like you can disable comments, which I've never done, except for one video. When it's about trolls, I often disable the comments. That one video I made of Ace of Space. But when you allow all comments, which I always do, it's the first thing I click. Now there's a new experiment. And here's the thing, not everybody might have it. It might not be everyone that has it, but I have it. And it says you want to click to block out an even stricter blocking of I don't want to block any comments. It's like we can't have our own choice of seeing comments. And for whatever the stupid reasons that some of your comments, sometimes you guys winds up in spam. I have no bloody idea. And sometimes it's a regular comment. Hey, Bruce, love your channel. Been following you for 2 years. Whoop, it's in spam. And I don't see those because I get so many spam comments. I'd have to go back in the box and check them out. But anyway, it's weird. That's how it is. Hey, salut, mon ami. Hello, everyone. Hello, Bruce. Have a nice moment. Merci. Thanks so much. And thanks for the generous support and for stopping by the channel, you guys. Merci bien gros. C'est bien apprécié. Hey, Kassar, thank you very much. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for becoming a member, man. I appreciate that, brother. Hey, Dan. Don't stop. We need folks. Oh, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. And thanks for appreciating the work, you guys. It's that when somebody comes to the channel and somebody sees that I say I saw lights on the surface, they're like, lots of things are running through people's head. One, they're saying, well, I don't think that Bruce is capturing that, or how can he be capturing that and not the bigger telescope? So a lot of people say, well, how come the big telescopes don't capture that? I don't think it's about who captures it. I think it's about everyone knowing about it and that they see the same things, those lights. And even with the big telescope, when they're looking at the surface, if they're not zoomed in close, and that's what people don't understand. They say, yeah, but Bruce, big telescopes will be closer than you. They can be closer, but they don't. Like a big telescope's not going to zoom in so strong to a crater and show people. When large telescopes show the moon, which I don't think I've ever seen aside from a couple of images, they show the whole surface. So no matter how big the telescope is, sure, it'll be a little closer and bigger, but you're seeing about the same thing. But if a big telescope was to zoom in really close to an area and wait for explosions and flashes, like I'm doing with my smaller telescope, oh my God, they would see things, incredible things leaping up off the surface. And I looked into the transient lunar phenomena. It's colorful lights that blink and flash and stay in the same area. But as for lights roaming around, the astronauts said there were lights roaming around. Whether they're telling the truth or not, that I don't know about it. But Bobby Cat, I love you for it, sister. Thank you so much. You guys rock. It means a lot, you guys. Yeah, just a very big grip like on the channel, keeping everything low. I had a website. The website never got any views that's not true. It wasn't 2 years, but a bit over a year or something like that, I think, or in a year, either way. I didn't get more than 21,000 views. So it was surprising. Julie, thank you. The stats is in the house. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Everything's slow. Everything's slow. I mean, the traffic's getting slow. People that are trying to get operations or see their doctors, everything's being set back weeks and weeks. People going to court, like me with that neighbor. I don't know if you remember a year or two ago, when my son was literally still living here. Okay, we had problems with a crazy neighbor with a gun. We're going to court, And you know when? At the end of the year, this year, I'm going to court with that guy. So it'll be 3 years after this problem happened. I'm going to see this idiot again. So, but everything's set back. The mail is set back. I will be there this weekend. I'm going there tomorrow morning to double check. Things have been slow, even in my own mail here. Not much is coming in. No debts coming in. That's good. I don't own anything. Just stay quiet, stay in your home, don't buy stuff, and you'll be okay. Especially through the pandemic, I guess. You know, some people lost their jobs, some people lost a whole bunch of things. Some people are cut hours. Hey, Sansi, thanks again for everything, my friend, and for the comments, you guys. Can't thank you all enough. Grip Ripper, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Yeah, Grip Ripper in the house. Ralph Peterson, good day, sir. Good day to you too. Yeah, it helps. You want to type a Q if you want me to answer a question. Try to get through them all. But you guys know I have a big mouth and I never get through them anyways. Hey, hello. Mix Ma'am, how are you doing? Our main man with the truth. Good to see you live again. Thank you very much. Where's Darla again? Hey, she's gone again. What the hell is this? I'm gonna have to talk to her. That's the second time there. Bruce Nation, love it. Share the love, hit the thumbs up, people. Another thing that I forgot to write in the description again, the thumbs up is a must. It's greatly appreciated if you appreciate the videos. I never ask people to subscribe or thumbs up the videos if they don't appreciate it. You can arrive here, not subscribe, be curious, look at a couple of videos and say, hey, he's okay. He's a good guy. And then whoops, get ready for the pollen UFO videos. They're coming out. A lot of people every year have been noticing that. Thank you very much. The stats. I hope our Mr. Floyd is doing well. Christopher, it's my pleasure, my man. Tony Brooks in the house. Bruce, the James Webb telescope has caught an image of an active black hole with a bright center and a glowing event horizon. That's a little concerning. So that is like listen, I believe that the black holes are like portals. I saw the super massive black holes, and after you commented that, I went to see it myself. It's incredible. It's an incredible image. I don't know what I'm seeing though. Like, we're seeing the atmosphere around the black hole, definitely. And why the hell is there a light in the center of a black hole? Is that, you know what? Black holes, do things just enter them or do things come out of them? So I hope that there's nothing that's going to come out of that big ass black hole and come straight into the solar system or for Earth. Or maybe that's what people are already feeling, Tony, the magnetism around it. We're leading up to that alignment, guys? If I'm not mistaken, the 18th, April 18th to the 24th, scientists are telling us and observers are telling us to look around that time. We're going to see an alignment. Venus, Neptune, the moon, and an asteroid and a comet are all going to be in the mix. So more and more, when that happens, when they talk about an alignment, of course, obviously we're going to see the moon probably shifting a lot in the stars in the sky. That's what I've been noticing. Thanks, Tony. Bradley, hi, mate, for all the hard work. You have become legend. Wow, thanks a lot. Probably not, but I mean, I hope so, that some people do remember the channel. It seems that we're always usually about, a couple of hundred here. We remain all the time. But Bradley and everyone, I appreciate the amazing support, you guys. Hopefully, the goal was, I was hoping a big ass channel would speak about it. New Snekadas Frank did speak about it in Spain, but I want Americans, UK, some English speaking countries, obviously, to be able to hit up the channel. Thanks a lot, Bradley. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Darla Lama's here. She made it. Barb Weiss, good day to you, my friend. Hey, Barb, thanks for the comments and the support. You guys can check out Barb Weiss' channel also. She's always speaking up for my channel. That's why I always try to overdo what she's doing here, but I never can. I love you with all my heart, Barb, and I appreciate it. I love listening to what you talk about, Barb. Barb's awake. A lot of you are there. Happy to see that awake people wind up around me and like-minded people, because honestly, the people here in town, um, which I love, are not into what's going on in space. And I didn't realize that, like, we're all used to talking about it here, right? When you see someone in space, actually, sorry, no, probably not in space. I hope not. Well, actually, I hope so. But anyways, you see someone here in town on Earth, because I'm in both places, so I have a hard time relating. If right, you meet someone in town and you talk to them. Hey, how about that Klaus Schwab and the Georgia Guidestones and depopulation of Earth? I mean, what do you think of all of this? And the guy's gonna look at you, dude. Are you on drugs? Most people will laugh at you. Most people will say, and the ones that know about it speak out freely about it being um, a conspiracy. But the ones saying that things are conspiracies without bringing any proof, thanks again, Barb, bringing any proof, it doesn't change anything. That's the problem. Oh, that's not real. Okay, so it remains that Bruce showed something. Now we're talking about me. Bruce shows something, and then what does it change? I know I'm not going to change the world, but at least the people that are seeing what's up on the moon, they should be concerned, because those lights can be very scary things. I mean, it's always just in theory, right? One guy says it's just normal impulses, electricity, the electrical universe, and I appreciate those theories, because it could be right. I'm not hiding it. It doesn't matter what I say. I could say that, look at Crow 777, for example. We both got the lunar wave. I got the double. If those of you who don't know, I did get the double lunar wave. I got a lot of people asking me this week if I saw Crow's lunar wave. He got it like 11 or 10 or 11 years ago, if not 12 years ago. Crow and I have very different beliefs as to what the UFOs are there. And that's, I think, is a healthy contribution to YouTube for people to be catching amazing things. He has a total different take than me on the research and stuff, which he was here far before me. And these channels inspire me to do my own research and, to look into things. But it got some cool captures. Probably one of the coolest UFOs captures. But again, he says it's one of ours. Probably is. But we have very different channels that believe in different things. Some believe it's alien. Some tell me, Bruce, it's definitely spiritual and stuff. I have a tendency of feeling it is having to do with spirituality. Chemtrails changing the weather and spreading the yeah, that's another thing, Kassar. It's another thing that I'm very concerned about. I'm afraid that I believe that they're killing us softly with, and thanks for being careful with, the lingo. I believe it. I believe that it's all because, in theory, that it could be possibly because of that, or that what they gave us, they're spraying something that's going to absolutely be worse because they already gave us the V. So yeah, it's concerning. It's troubling. I they're spraying the skies a lot more than they were in the past, and we're losing everything, the freedom of speech and everything and stuff, but everything's going to turn back the other way. I hope the elites will be conquered and that the people will regain the freedom of speech and power back. I mean, pharmaceutical environment just took everything over, and what happened is that money talks. That literally just that explains everything. Money talks, no matter who you are, no matter what country you're coming from. I have a tendency of thinking that the governments are going to accept money from a person, whether they're good or bad, and that they're going to, all for the power of money. That's how it is. Hey, thank you very much, we the people. Thanks for signing in, you guys, and joining the conversation. Sharon Yan, hello to you from the moon. Ralph, thanks for the comments, you guys. I am Kai. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You guys can check out Kai too and all the other channels here, as we always do. I like the people that come here. I mean, we all can look at all our channels. We'll never look at all our channels. Is it possible? I can't, but we can try. 44 degrees outside and snowing out. Are you serious? Oh, well, Christopher, that is not cool. I'm trying not to laugh. It must be really insulting. Christopher and I have a joke with that. He doesn't want me to send my bloody snow down his way, but I'm not even gonna say it because you watch the snowstorm here in a month. Right now, it looks dead. That dead white sky doesn't. We don't have any rain anymore. It rained all night, Christopher, all night, and luckily it wasn't too cold. But you know what? That's because there's a warm air front coming down from the States that comes down. Probably your warm air I'm getting down here, and it's keeping things snug, good. Red, how's it going? Hello again. Thanks for coming back, you guys. Bern, thanks a lot, Bern, for being here. Thanks for sharing, Darla. Hey, we missed you severely last week, you commercial Darla. Yes, she was gone. She was hiding. Should only worry about rattling sabers of truth. Keep up the good work. Yeah, that's exactly right, Ralph. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that. Gros base there is B sur Montréal. Merci, Alain. I love my Montreal friends when they come into the channel. I'm trying to catch up to the time. I'm going to catch up. Richard Crooks is in the house. Thanks, man. Good evening to you, sir. John Black, Nick, everyone, Sansi, Darla. Thanks, you guys, for being here and you know, going the extra mile, being members and everything. I really appreciate that. Like I told a lot of you, thanks, Peter. Generous contributions. You can become a member and pull out also at the end of the month. It's not like became a member in January, he's gone in February. Block. It'd be so disgusting. But it's important for you all to know because I know a lot of people feel bad because I get a lot of emails from a lot of you. Bruce, I pulled out, but it's only for a couple of months because you know something happened with guys. It's greatly appreciated every little bit that you give. So, Galactic Federation is close now. That's a scary thought, Red. You know, the Galactic Federation is real. For those of you who maybe say that is it theoretical? No, they talked. Well, whether it's real or not, they talked about it on the news, and we have Haima Shed. You know, these defense ministers that are talking out about the Galactic Federation was not ready for humans to know about a certain things alien related, and the aliens would not intervene. If we see lights here on Earth now, I tend to think, Red, that the aliens did come and intervene because something really drastic happened. If the conspiracy theorists are finding out, which they're not, they're truth seekers. If they're finding out that they're slow killing us, and it's real, this is real. There, some people say, "What do you mean slow killing us and stuff?" New World Order, Georgia Guidestones, Depop, Bill Gates. It goes back. Klaus Schwab. You got to go back. I asked all my neighbors about Klaus Schwab. Who? They don't know Klaus Schwab at all. They don't know Bill Gates either. Most of them don't know Bill Gates. I know it's going to be hard to believe for some of you, but it's true. They don't know Bill Gates. My neighbors don't know Bill Gates. I said, "Have you heard of the Space Force, like Star Wars?" I said, "Yeah." Actually, it's funny you say that. They actually named the ship after Star Wars. Heckles and laughed. My neighbors don't believe it. But then again, you try to convince a 70-year-old that has not been into UFOs and stuff like that is probably not going to believe it. K-Wood, I love you for it, man. Thank you very much, you guys. Nostrada Bruce. Yeah, alias, je m'appelle le Nostra Dumb Ass. Ça, c'est mon surnom. That's my title sometimes. Love and positivity, energy for all of you. Keep your heads high. Love you, John. Thanks a lot, you guys. Thanks so much for the amazing support you guys give this channel. I'm Kai. So just found out today that I was on phone when last seizure hit. A guy called today, asked if I was okay. Are you though, bro? I hope you are, man. That's right. You did mention that you had problems with that, or is it? I hope it's not something you have regularly or something, eh? So I hope you are okay, my brother. Yeah, it's an important thing to have a friend check up on you. If you're like me, man, and I know you are, you're an independent guy. You know, you don't need you don't need people around you lifting you up and shoulders. It's appreciated, but you can do your own thing. But when it comes to being alone, or if you're like me, in a way, I love being a hermit. No, I'm not, but in a way, I sort of am into my work, and I stay home and I do my stuff. If I was to die and have nobody call here, boy, I would be pretty badly um, mangled in a couple of months when somebody comes and knocks on the door. Let's just go in and see what the hell he's doing, lying in the kitchen, you know. So you do have to have a friend give you a call. Let us know if you are feeling okay, my brother. Matt Smedley, welcome. Good Friday to you too, you guys. Thanks a lot, eh? Bruce, what's your thoughts on the Mandela effect? That's a hell of a good one. Richard, thanks for asking me, man. I'm interested in it. I've done no thorough deep research, but I understand it very well. I understand where it comes from. I looked up the basics of it all, and I'm totally interested in it. And the reason why I'm interested in it is that sometimes, and not rare occasion, this happens 3 times a year to me. This happens 3 times a year to me. It happened very recently again. Give you an example. I don't listen to Prince. Okay. We each have our own likes and music and stuff like that. Prince is definitely not one that I've ever gotten into or interested into. He's a hard worker. I know he did a lot during his music career, but I mean, we're talking, things that we like for whatever the reason. It could be just coincidence. Um, I was very overwhelmed 3 days ago when I found out that he passed away in 2016. The reason why I was overwhelmed is when I found out his age. In my head, I had a completely different understanding of who Prince was, of how old he was. He was my age, and this is just in my head. I was wrong, obviously, but in my head, he wasn't 60 some years old. He was 46. He was my age, 47, 46, 47, 47. I think I am. I don't know anymore. That's a scary number. But I do believe in the Mandela effect because here's the thing. I believe things are changed. Bob Barker. I did it with Betty White. This is just 3 months ago or 4 months when she passed away. Darla, how long ago? How long before she passed away was it? 2-3 weeks, maybe less than a month. I said Betty White passed away. She was an amazing, and the Golden Girls and something. And every single person that was there said, Bruce, she didn't pass away. She didn't pass away, dude. I said, okay, sorry guys, I made a mistake. But I was positive. I said, I'm pretty sure she did because I remember them talking about her in her hospital bed, and they wanted to keep it hush hush. And then some people in the comment section in the feed here, like you, mentioned about, hang on, yes, Betty White is deceased. I confirm it, and she passed away in so and so year and stuff like that. So there were other people also that believe that. So amongst that, there's some people that even including me, it's because I could have been wrong about the date, but it had nothing to do with dates. It had to do with me not being into Betty White, but just appreciating her and remembering when I thought she had passed on. Wow, how sad, because she was liked, she was loved. Bob Barker, that was another one, and this is 6 to 8 years ago when I thought I had, again, Mandela effect. Bob Barker passed away. A lot of people in the community, Christine, a bunch of other ones said, I don't, maybe not Chris. I hope I'm not wrong, but anyways, that agreed with me. No, they passed away. They passed away. I looked it up. No, Bob Barker's still ticking, and he did not pass away. And I hope it doesn't change that because I mentioned it. But it's funny, we mentioned it about Betty White. I mentioned about Betty White, and Darlin, a couple people here are witness. She passed away. So Mandela effect, yeah, I believe in the Mandela effect. Things like also Oscar Mayer Wiener. I went far looking into the videos where they show the old videos back in the days. We used to sing the Oscar Mayer Wiener songs. Those of you old enough to understand why the hell I'm talking about it. But there's always a Mandela effect that comes into those, to everything. everything both that comes up when we talk about things in the past. And it's happened to me at least 2 times a year where I'm blown away by information that everybody's talking about that I'm almost sure is impossible, and that I remember well that it was something else, you know, a name or a singer or an actor. So yeah, I'm interested in the Mandela effect also. I think it has to do, and then you come into a whole bunch of things, Richard. Is it time travel? Black holes? Tony was talking about black holes. We're like so small in the universe when you think of all of it. I've been getting some crazy sunset pictures from here in Pennsylvania. Awesome, Pennsylvania. What were they saying in Pennsylvania? They were talking about something in Pennsylvania. Is it the soil there that you guys have a very dry seasons or hard time growing crops? I might be wrong with the area, but I thought they were talking about that just this month. Maybe could be the Mandela effect too. But yeah, and that's my disadvantage, John, is I can't see the setting. I see go down to about the top of the bloody building that's in the back, because imagine it's the only building in the area of houses behind me, but it's a really big building, and it blocks out the sun when it goes under the horizon. But the past few days, the sun has been going down in different areas. This started only 2 years ago. I started seeing a big drastic change. And you'll get some people that come here and say it's normal, but they're getting mixed up with the 3-day phase or period where the moon does go loco and go on the other side of Earth. Yes, it's a natural occurrence, has to do with the um, um, orthodox, whatever. I don't know, but it's a normal occurrence. But it's not supposed to occur all year. And all year we're seeing these shift in things to the point where about a year or two ago, some of you started telling me that you've had your plants on a table for 6, 7, 8 years, and then all of a sudden, you guys have to move your plants from where you're getting the sunlight from, and it's the first time, light peeking in from other windows. When I come down, the lighting's different. You go, holy crap, where's the sun? I'm used to seeing it in the corner of my eye as I'm sitting here all the time, but a couple of weeks been going over top of the door. It's not even coming in the door, and it's starting to hit me at the back there. So I'm like, woof. You see the differences and changes. It's incredible. Thank you, Mr. Richard Crooks. Yeah, I'm ready, meatballs. The shift, right? Don Spawn, if we're one, would it hurt to be a little less of a mess? Or is it just part of the fun? Yeah. Maybe we choose to forget for good reasons. I think so. We definitely choose to forget for good reasons. Bruce, did you hear Dr. Pipa Mongren? Sounds like piping migraine. World Government Summit actually admit that, yes, we're already at war in our oceans and in space. Yeah, I heard that. And another thing, I also heard them literally putting down Trudeau. They were speaking right outwards from that. Yep, the wars in space and wars in actually the war in space one, I did not hear that one. That's a good one. Thanks, David. But in the oceans, yes, and they're admitting they actually said they believe it's World War III. Okay? And some of us are even thinking it's World War IV and that the three already occurred. All these hidden wars. When they say there's a secret project going on, it could be a secret war, like the James Webb Telescope. They're getting ready for what's coming with the sun. The sun is about to be the big hype. Everyone's going to be watching the sun for sure. Thanks, the stats. Thanks, mods. Thanks, everyone. Just say it's your honest view of the moon. It's your honest view of the moon. That's what people want, is an honest view of the moon. That is my friend channel, you guys. I have a friend channel. If there's any danger of my channel going down, you can reach me on Patreon. In the links and descriptions of each video, any and every link that I have, 3 of them or 4 of them, you can go down there and see it. There's even a place if you want to get an image of the moon and sinus irritum. I put it up. I took a chance. I don't know how long it's going to stay up or if they're going to produce them for me. You can get it as get the cheapest one you can, a poster or whatnot on Pictogram. You can join Patreon. You can become a member here, as a lot of you do, which is going to be a member video today that I'm working on now. Between the streams, hopefully I'll get it up. But to know if I do go down, there's another platform that I'm going to appear on. You're looking for Bruce Swartz, Bruce Sees All. Those are the names that you're going to be looking for, because obviously I'm going to deliberately keep the same name. I'm not going to start changing names. I don't think I ever will. I have a hard enough time having people find Bruce Sees All. I'm not going to start calling myself, maybe I'll call myself even more. I'll call myself the Ace of Space. No, my troll will be so angry if I do that. So the voice that you hear at the beginning of the video, the last video I just posted, is Ace of Space, astrophotography Ace of Space channel. Very small man with little hands, very mad, and they all hook up together. Notice the people that hang out there, and you'll see the names there, and you'll see the names on all the troll channels. But he's very, very upset. Did you guys hear the voice at the beginning? I didn't want to over talk about it, but between when he took a pause, he trembles, and you hear the voice go when he's talking. I mean, this guy is also afraid of me, and for some reason he doesn't like me. Really doesn't like me. What do you think of him posting a video saying, and this is all in good fun, when he posts the video, he says UFO on the moon, but he emails me continually to say that I'm a fake, a fraud, and that there's fuck all on the moon. So to give you an idea of what these people are, and honestly, he doesn't really count as a troll or a hacker, that's for sure, because I don't think he's competent enough to do anything to the channel. But they're jealous. A lot of them are really jealous. I did not know any of these people. And when I got here, you could be sure as hell my goal was to have a YouTube channel, was not to connect with little trolls, that's for sure. Has that guy that wanted you to drop your name title so he could have it? Oh, yes. Well, that's another one. Yeah, there's a couple of people also talked to me about that, and I saw that person, if it's the same person, directly. Some people were saying that I stole that name, that he was supposed to come on as like Michael Sees All, and that Bruce stole the idea. We have Limey Watcher channel also. He's another one that said Bruce is stealing my square craters. Guys, the craters on the moon are nobody's, okay? But some people actually think that I'm actually looking at research. I don't look at NASA's research. It took me years and years to start looking at what NASA is finding in space. Did you know that? Everything I'm talking about the UFOs is because I'm seeing them on the moon. So then I started looking into what I'm seeing. Lights on the moon. Then you hear the astronauts talking about it. You hear a lot of people talking about it. And do you see all the channels that have 16-inch scopes that show their observatories, but they don't show what's on the moon or in the stars? It's too bad, eh? They just show how it rotates, how you do an alignment, or how you align to find a star, and it goes around, but they don't show everything that's there. Knowledge 2020, thanks for being here. Appreciate that. I think the lizard people are struggling to see. Oh, yes. That's another thing. They're talking about more and more of those lizard people. That is getting so scary. The guy starts big tongue with the two. Oh, my goodness. I hope not. But it could be. Could very well be. Have anyone heard of thorium reactors? I have, actually. I'm not going to tell you I know anything about them, but yeah, I've heard of them, and I know a little bit about them actually. Also, apparently they give good and clean. That's all I know. Yeah, they give good and clean energy. I heard that cheaply. Yeah, the waste can be recycled and used again. Yeah. So, hey, Mixed Mayhem, thanks for the question. So, yeah, you could, for example, we can drive around with our cars and help the atmosphere depending on the fuel that we're using. There's no reason, it makes no sense for us to be driving around in cars using fuel. It makes no sense. It makes no sense that there are zillions of gallons and like a lot more than that inside of Earth, and that we're taking it all out of Earth Nobody knows what anything is. Nobody knows what it's for. And we're sitting here hauling out all the oil. That is so stupid. But I heard that the thorium reactors. Mixed mayhem. There's also the nuclear reactors. Also, thanks again, Kassar. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's some nuclear reactors that are not toxic either, like a water reactor and stuff like that. Do the fusion and everything. No, we prefer have plutonium cylinders and just fill them up to enrich the plutonium, and we're sticking them in the reactors, and it's crazy stuff. It is crazy stuff. But not everyone in the world knows why they enrich plutonium or that they even do enrich plutonium. In reality, it's to amplify the nuclear warheads and stuff. So people are saying, yeah, but where's all this power going? Where are all the bombs that they're creating going to? Like me in my town here, I'm not going to mention the exact town, but I'm not far as you all are. In our towns, we all have these sort of secret companies or base like areas that are producing for military, as I do here, as we do here. Here on the island of Valleyfield, guys, woof, dangerous toxins. I mean, it's incredible. I'm surprised that we're all alive. Lots going on the island. And, a lot of the water and pollution from the zinc is getting dumped into the St. Lawrence. Nobody talks about it, but the people that live around the areas all know what's happening. I know the guy that goes down. I mean, what's the chance of me knowing a welder, an underwater welder? He goes and welds in deep depths of the St. Lawrence and certain pipes that come out of companies that rust and that need to be fixed. And he goes down and he welds. And he told me, he says, Bruce, when you go down there in the St. Lawrence and you look at the traps and everything that's coming out into the St. Lawrence, it's leaking infection. I mean, literally pollution. It's horrible, but they keep doing it. They did it very recently. Did you guys hear about that? I was disgusted by that, but that's what they did here in Montreal. They dumped toxic waste or waste that they had. I think it's sewer waste. In other words, crap and urine and whatnot. Dumped that into the St. Lawrence because they didn't have an area. They didn't know what to do with it because it was leaking. So they did that. And by the way, that was done right before the V started and right before everything started. The sickness, I often try to look back, say, when did it all start? When did it all start? We wouldn't know because it started slowly and then it ramped up. But Epstein and stuff and his death, as of that moment, everything started coming out. Conspiracies about the FBI, about the CIA, and here Radio Canada was taken off the not the airwaves, was taken off YouTube for having said that a certain association of three letters that we often use was being dismantled. And I believe it, and you all know it too. There's a three-letter word for the secret association in the States, starting by an F, and there's another one starting by a C. But we also have CIA members here in Canada. There, I said it. But it was being dismantled, and we know it because a lot of these associations are the ones that are allowing trafficking and everything. I'm way too deep in this. So hey, Kermit. But it's true. So a lot of blinking go on in the sky last night. My neck hurts from watching it. Oh, that's incredible. Hey, they said there's a blinking star also in the Milky Way. I think that's one of the things that James Webb is looking into. And it's because of the weather, man. The weather, not the weatherman himself, but because of the weather, man, it's sucked here. There's absolutely no sky, but it's only been a couple days, but it's going to come back. It's all going to change. The warmer time is coming. Merci encore, Kassar. That sounds weird, but Roger Sano, comment ça va? Hey, Bruce, why won't the government release what they know about UFO? See, that is a scary thing. I think I have a bit of some ideas of why they're not. Could it really have to do with another country? It scares me to think that Russia or China could have to do could have anything to do with these UFOs, or that they do or not want them to know. Obviously, they don't want them to know about what's going on, but that's a hell of a good question. Gate Smasher. Hey, thank you so much, brother. Keep your eyes open, Bruce, to the skies. And thanks for the generous contribution, man. Keep your eyes open to the skies and bring the truth. I'll keep my eyes on the uptick of the cryptic. Yes. Yes, cryptic in the swamps around here. Yes, eyes open all the time. And thanks for the heads up. Anytime you guys know a heads up, you guys got to tell me something. I think it's because of you all that I know so much. I have a lot of I think we all do. I think we all have a lot of intuition, don't we? Don't a lot of us have these amazing intuitions? How many times, how many handfuls of times that can you say that you said something was going to happen and it really did? Just because you didn't write it down, you probably forgot about it. But sometimes we're on the money with our predictions. People have a connection, and that's what always intrigues me. Is it the connection of the soul and the mind? And look at the old diagrams when they talk about the brain, and they're even now we're still trying to understand the brain, and they show the openings. When I think of the brain, I think of the eyes, nose, even eyebrows, mouth, the voice, audio, heart, everything is connected to the brain. The neurons, everything has an electrical response. We're like computers. For the message to get to a certain area, there's an electrical response. Do you know that another thing I've always wanted to get, and I promise you I will one day get it used. I was very disappointed when I found out the price of it, is a phantom camera. Have you guys ever heard of the phantom ultra slow cameras that slow things down so bloody slow? There are certain things with our cameras, no matter how slow we slow the videos down, that we can't see. If you grab a piece of noodle, like a spaghetti stick, one spaghetti stick, you grab it and you very gently break the spaghetti stick. If you watch that in ultra high slow definition with a phantom camera, I'd love to get one. They're like really expensive. I think it's 20, 50,000, 100, 200,000. But you get to see things that people never see. And a blue spark, there's energy. Everything you do, you clap your hands, there's a blue spark. If you look at things, this is theory. I didn't test it there, but I assume anything, you drop something on the ground and there's a bang. Anytime there's something, a hard enough bang or enough pressure that's created, there's that electrical impulse that we can see. That's like the hydrogen alpha paper. When I get that and I show you, we'll look at the chromosphere on the sun, we're going to see light that our eyes cannot see. And or we'll be able to see the solar flares and the bursting of energy and the photonic energy. That'll be really cool. But yeah, I always wanted to get the slow motion cameras, because if I had a slow motion phantom camera and I was filming on the moon, when we see a UFO, I would look at the slow motion video once, and we would see so many things occurring. I did the slow motion video with a lighter. It's probably still up on YouTube. It's a hell of an old video in ultra slow definition with a program, just lighting a lighter up. Well, you see, as I'm turning the roll, the metal roll on the lighter, you see thousands of sparks come out on the sides. Then you see a gas, poof, like an outburst explosion, like a nuclear bomb. Then you see a line of gas go up. You see a grayness appear, then a light appear, no color, and then you see the blue appear. And you can see all this in the slow motion camera, and it's absolutely intriguing. I'd love to have a phantom camera, but they're so bloody expensive. But to look at the UFOs in slow motion, we'd see everything occurring. Like, I mean, it would be absolutely incredible. Take care of yourself, Bruce, and everyone else here. I have to head off to work. We the people, thank you so much, you guys. Protect the children. Damn right. They after our kiddas. Yeah, John, it's horrible, man. Let me grab a coffee real quick, guys. And it's true. They're after them in the schools in China. I saw what they did also. They're taking them into camps, the kids. It's scary stuff. I also saw China people standing up for the first time the way they did. So hopefully, there's a revolution coming. That is for sure. One quick second, my friends. There's definitely a revolution coming. Got a revolution. Hey, Was it all written before, guys? I believe that. I believe that everything that's going on right now was written. Not the outcome, but everything that we're seeing, it's like it's planned. Francine Legault, salut à toi. Merci pour tes superbes vidéos. Francine, c'est bien apprécié. Puis tu dois le savoir aussi, sur ma chaîne française, OVNI Québec Astronomie, demain, on fait des en direct aussi. Même heure qu'ici, 1h de l'après-midi, heure de Montréal. Merci beaucoup, Francine. Thanks. Richard, thanks a lot for being a member, you guys. Thank you so much. Do you think if you can see it's a black hole, for every action, there's an equal reaction? Yep, action reaction. So a black hole falls to a single point onto the outside and radiates on the inside like the sun. Hey, you're freaking me out. That is amazing. Do you think if you can see if it's a black hole for every action is an okay? So a black hole falls to a single point on the outside and radiates on the outside like the sun. Does it? Yeah. Well, a black hole in reality that we're looking at, in reality, does it make sense to say that a black hole in reality, right? I think, thanks for being a member, man. A black hole is just a missing piece of the sky, right? Like it's dark energy, it's dark matter, right? Which is supposedly nothing, like just darkness, like there's nothing there. So I can't help but wonder if that black hole is blocking out a portal to go out to the other side. But that's interesting what you said about a single point on the outside and radiates. It's intriguing. I don't know what the black holes are, and I tend to think they probably are not really hitting the nail on the head when it comes to the black holes. Like this is sort of new, right? What they're talking about, the black holes. Apparently, they found two super massive. excuse me, cough drop here. Two massive black holes that they found. That they say one day, I don't know if it's soon or not, probably not, that they're going to merge together. So is a black hole a sphere? Is it, or is it like you say, is it cone shaped? Is it just this massive hole that comes to this tiny point where there's an entrance? What the hell is a black hole anyways? Why is there so much energy going through those black holes? And the worst of it, are there smaller black holes or are they all pretty much big? That's what I'm wondering. They bend light, eh? They say that the black hole pulls in lights from the stars. Isn't that friggin' incredible? They bend the light, from the stars. Absolutely incredible. Dazzy Bling. Hello to you. Thanks a lot. When you're honest, they'll try to take you down. Yes, and that's often what happens. I mean, I can be truthful and honest and be wrong, right? Sure, no problem. And they don't even defend with proof or any video themselves either. Poor Ace of Space here made a video saying he showed his telescope that had dust on a screen. Well, I don't have dust yet on my screen. Maybe a speck on my older telescope inside, but you clean them. You take off the facade, you clean that, and that's quite simply, you put it back and there's no more spots. If you leave all these spots accumulate on the lens, it is true, you will see the object move with the lens. So if you're sitting outside and you're jumping in the wind and you're looking at UFOs and the UFOs are jumping on the screen, well, it's simple. It's easy. I don't even know why trolls talk about it, because it's the easiest thing to see if something's moving across the screen and following the telescope, Very, very easy to see. Thanks again, Bobby. Thanks, you guys, for generous contributions. Dean, the Greys, that's who they say is on the moon, those Greys. But what if there are prisons on the moon, or camps, or experimental labs? I'm getting freaked out. I know it's on a negative note, but I've mentioned on most of the positive ones. I mean, I'd love to believe that it's aliens teaching humans how to be nice in schools, but I don't think that that's what they're doing. I do believe that the aliens, if they exist, they will intervene here on Earth if, for example, let's say Russia was to use nuclear weapons. They're talking about war crimes there. I mentioned it way back. The ones following me every day, it. And I said it even on the French channel. I had people unsubscribe from me because I said one thing. I said, no matter who is right or wrong between Russia and Ukraine, there's one thing I never appreciate seeing are harmed civilians. The end. That's all I said. But a lot of people have different reactions. But that's a normal thing. I love debating. There's one lady, she left from the channel. I guess she was really insulted when I said that. I didn't really understand why. It's just my opinion, But Bruce's opinion is just an opinion. Bruce can be wrong. Hey, Oliver. Thank you very much, man. Peter, Freemind Merg, thanks for being members, you guys. And Peter, for the comments too, man. Hello, Bruce, and to everyone here in the community. The last clip was great. Again, Bruce, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for commenting too, bro. Showing the truth. Greetings from Germany, my friends. Hey, amazing. I have a German friend here follow me and even took the time to become a member. I love you for it, brother. Thank you so much. Lots going on in the news, watching Germany too. Everything going on. We're living in a crazy world. Well, thanks for appreciating it, man. Igor, Mushy, how's it going? Much love from Southeast Alaska. Awesome. God bless you, Bruce, and all your beautiful people. God bless to you too, your friends and family, my friend. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that, guys. Colton Lewis, how's it going? Bruce, what's up, man? You're the best. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks for all the work you do to expose what's going on. I appreciate it. Thanks for appreciating it, you guys. So many theories, eh? Hi, Bruce. Had strange things happen to me. People hope you're fine. Thank you so much for sharing that. I don't know about you guys. I've been experiencing very, very odd last minute issues with health issues, just different feelings, different things occurring on my body since especially the past 2 years. I don't care what anybody says. I believe there was definitely something in the air. And I don't think it was just a week ago that they did this. I think this is over a long period of time. They're doing launches, guys. These idiots are bringing dust back from the moon. Look at it like you want. I'm not making a theory or a video about it, but it was only weeks after they brought back that shit from the moon that the V hit. So, do you think that if there is the V here, how is that affecting the space travel? And that's what I came to understand was something possibly major that's going on, where all the UFO drivers and secret projects, when that sun is bad, they're not going to go out. So like now, I haven't checked today there, but let's assume today there's no sunspots facing Earth. If there's no sunspots facing Earth, that's when we have the high flyers, the spy planes, the satellites change heights and distances or whatever, because they have to do this really quickly now because of the sunspots. So that means, look in the news, and it's going to scare you, but it's true. Sun's bad, then the sun turns away, then the sunspots turn away. Then you hear, mark my words, when there's no sunspots, look at the next launch that NASA launches. If you look at the sunspots that day, there's not going to be any facing Earth. You can't, because it can kill the astronauts or harm them very, very much. So they say. Beth, no, yes. Thanks, Beth. Love you guys. Sorry I'm late. Your work is the real deal. Hey, thanks for the inspiration, my friends. I appreciate that. Thanks for appreciating it, Beth. Man, I've been tired last 2 weeks. I was too. And again, hey guys, for those of you following my cheese diet, I stopped. I was like Carla says, I was a real rat when it came well more mouser when it comes to eating cheese, but I stopped at cold turkey. Okay. That's an expression. I wasn't eating turkey. I like turkey because of my eye. I want to see how it's going to change. It's the only thing that I've always eaten since I've been young without having ever stopped eating is the cheese. And honestly, I almost had tears the other day because I'm not eating cheese. It's like I'm addicted to it. And my mother got a hell of a good laugh because she was looking up online and she calls me back. She goes, holy shit, you can get addicted to cheese. So actually, let's change conversations because I feel like biting into a. I'm going to mention one other thing. I know only the awake people are going to believe me, but I am not effing kidding. The day I stopped eating cheese, and I could film it for you. Cracker Barrel commercials, Pitts Quebec cheese commercials. I'm getting ads on cheese, Swiss cheese, Baby Bell cheese, all these different cheese in the tube. I mean, tell me that you don't believe that artificial intelligence and all the applications we have from a wide range of cars, telephones, everything, that artificial intelligence isn't listening in and gathering information for the money. They want to know what you're talking about at night. These guys are talking about guns. Well, the next day you'll probably get an ad for gun. That's how it is. Mark my words. We'll see the first person that gets a cheese ad after this. So I'm quitting and have started a diet. Started fasting also. I don't know if some of you do that. They say it's healthy to fast for especially at my size. A day or two, it's plenty for me of fasting, just liquids. But it helps. It helps. And I'm trying to get rid of my bad eye that I have. And I say bad eye, it's just that it's like allergy. It's I have to admit, and I'm very sad to say, that the cheese could be the reason why my eye was so irritating, that my cheek was so red. And right now, I shouldn't even be talking about it because it's probably going to happen. But I haven't had any dilemmas with my eye actually since the day I stopped. There was 2 or 3 incidents that occurred, but minimum, just in the morning. Right, my eye is always very very dry, but I believe that they're killing us softly in the air is definitely a big possibility. I'm way off of topic, ain't I? Craig 1971, thanks for being here, man. Oliver, thanks again, brother. Crazy when we see high def Mars pics. Yes, you damn right. It listen, the pics, Grip Ripper, the pictures on Mars are clearer than images that I can get here on the surface of on Earth of my car. It's incredible. The colors, the rocks, and you see all the little details of all the rocks, how they are on the surface. They zoom up, they can show a wet surface and whatnot. But the moon, no. And if they did it on the moon and people saw that there was all those colors on the moon, they would be really, really curious. Have you guys seen that map that they show of the supposed minerals on the moon? Guys, I show it with my telescope. The blues, yellows, and reds and browns on the moon. I've said it all the time. They're there. People are like, it's refraction. It's not refraction. There are minerals they say are minerals on the moon, but even that you can see from here on Earth with my telescope. So imagine, I was looking for the word. What planet am I on? We have some amazing supportive people here, Darla. You're one of them. That's love and light sent out from Lancashire, UK, United Kingdom. Thank you so much. Which is a bit damp and chilly weather is nuts. It really is. Thank you so much, Mix Ma'am. Here too. Gidet de la France, mon ami, merci. Entity craft in craft, yeah. Gate Smasher in the house. Good afternoon to all in the chat. This fine day, a rocket launched earlier. Ooh, that's good to know. More satellites are going to watching us. Hey, okay. So let's do the test. If there was just a launch now, or recently, or going to be recently, I'm just going to take a real quick look at the sun because I know the sun's website. Just have to write S because that's all I write sunspots today. For those of you who do want to know, if you go on spaceweatherlive.com, you get a really easy access to exactly what the sun is doing, how many sunspots are there, the flux and radio flux and everything you want to know or study about the sun. It's these are government sites. I know it. I'm just telling you to get the information. I'm not saying to trust these sites. I'm not saying to trust anybody. So there we have it. There are no sunspots facing Earth, and I'm not hiding it. And Gatesmaster just told us what's facing Earth right now is the 2983 and 2985. Those are the well, I can't say tiny, they're almost as big as Earth, but they're not aggressive and they're not flaring up, and you don't see too much calcium or plasma or anything around it. Yeah, 2978, 2981, and the 2975. Those crazy buggers are back over to the right. And I confirm no sunspots facing Earth. I'm sort of happy because at least it's a gloomy day today. I'm not missing nothing on the sun. But yeah, you see, there's a launch. When there's a launch, go look at it yourself on the spaceliveweather.com, and you'll see that the sun is not active. Every time they launch stuff up there, look at the satellites, Gatesmasher. They lost 40 out of 49 satellites, so they say, which I still have a tendency to think that was Russia. I don't know. Hey, awesome, Ralph. Alamo, Nevada. Yeah. Listen, and that's a place. Holy crap, man. That would be the place to be. I know Nevada, incredible what you guys are seeing down there. And I assume around Area 51, those practices and experiments that they're doing has never stopped, right? No fly zone there. So they're always experimenting. You must see jets going to and from that area all the time. Incredible. Definitely a war in space, and some of these areas definitely are hooked up to those areas or producing for those areas. How many companies here are producing things on Earth that are actually going out to space? Probably a lot of areas. Hey, Karen, I love you, sister. And thanks for the comments, you guys. You guys rock. I know I'm late in comments, but Bronx made it. Can you explain how Zodiac is connected to planets? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could, but I'm not smart enough for that. I'm not smart enough for that. I would be wrong on many notes. Uh, my own family, I mean, astrology, all my life, I've known a lot about the zodiacs too. I know a very, very little bit about that part. I probably wouldn't give back a very, very good, honest information back, but that was a good question. Bronx made it. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. Knowledge 2020. Thank you very much. Love you guys. We really believe is on the moon. Team Taylor, thank you so much again for coming back, you guys. I believe on the moon, there's a big, it has to do a lot with Earth. I do believe it's possible there are humans there. I believe they're doing experimentation that has to do with Earth. Probably that, you know, we tend to think that it's aliens and stuff, but it could very well be that humans set everything up that's there, and that aliens contributed to what was already set up there. I don't know. It's hard to understand, eh? Could be that aliens came down and dominated us to help us. And I was talking about it with Gate Smasher this afternoon. I believe that we're probably test tube laboratory babies, a mixture DNA between from aliens to monkeys to dinosaurs or whatever you want, whichever being out there. prisons, concentration camps on the moon. I'm worried about that. Learning centers. I see it as a very productive surface. It could be a parked UFO that's there where they're literally mining on it, and that everything's on the moon was actually brought there. Imagine that, though, a planet being a UFO where all the people around you are there if you need them for experimentation or as a slave. They're literally all over your UFO, living on it outside of your spacecraft as they're traveling through space because of the dome and the protection around us. I mean, it doesn't make any sense that we're flying through space and that we're not holding on to trees as the wind and solar winds are blowing by us when you think of it. What is that effing dome they talk about being around us? I know lots of people say it. Firmament, you know. What do they really know about the ozone layers and the ionosphere, magnetosphere, and all the different layers? Why is the surface of the sun so, and not the core? A lot of people get mixed up with that. You got the surface of the sun. When scientists say the surface, they talk about the photosphere. There's the core of the sun, which is high amped, a lot, quite a lot more than that. Thank you very much, Darla. It just disappeared. I was going to touch it and say thank you, and it disappeared. So it must be a bit lower. But yeah, Team Taylor, that's a really good question. Dennis, morning to you, brother, from AZ. Thank you so much. Yeah, I believe that, Red. Smaller black holes or portals. Kodiak Ben's in the house. Portals spoken of, yes, in the Book of Enoch. I have a family member that's really into that, studying the religions and theology and all that, really in depth. I did too. I did a lot of theology too, study before doing any of this, even the zodiacs, studied a lot about that too. Astrology, yeah. But what did I retain? I think a brain, either mine doesn't work well, or I think I try to add too much shit into it. I can't remember everything. I write music and I forget the next day how I play the songs. I have to relearn the songs. That's a bit like an idiot savant in my brain. It's probably what I am. Guys, like, he thinks he's a savant. No, I know. I'm far from it. Nothing goes in my black hole, I am, Kai says. I hear you, brother. The same for me on that. I mean, and that's after making a tight decision. It's an exit, not an entrance. Except for doctors temporarily, as long as their hands aren't on my waist. I want to see hands at all times. John Black, Bruce, sorry for making you guys wait so long, guys, for these questions. You take a ride. Bruce, would you take a ride into a black hole? It's funny. For me to almost have sweaty hands there is silly, but I've been thinking about it for the past few weeks of those possibilities of stuff. Excuse me. Imagine how scary it would be sending a bloody astronaut in there and staying in contact with it, and then they lose contact. Well, listen, John Black, we hear about the dark secret projects. Apparently, some astronauts have declared for real, having gone out through these portals, that they're sent to other dimensions, and sometimes they can remain trapped there and never come back. One was talking about an area where he landed and the sky was changing every 2 seconds. It went from daytime with a whole bunch of suns in the sky to nighttime with millions of stars, and just continually changing as this object they were on was rotating. Whether this is true or not, it is so bloody intriguing. And that, for me, I have a very big interest. My first interest is time travel before I even started studying UFOs. It's something that intrigues me. It really intrigues me, the time travel. I believe it's true. Maybe the planets, the way we're all roaming around, maybe we're in a time machine. What do you think of that? Imagine being in a time machine where all the planets are actually, they're not suspended, but they're just rotating around in this timeless warp where in a million years, a second will have gone by, right? Different time when people go to space, they say it's longer, it's shorter. The time's a lot faster in space than it is here. So they say. Those are weird things. Tony, thanks for being a member, my friends. Don't say you're a doll to the women, because the definition of doll is a stuffed idiot. That's a good one. I'm a doll. Bruce is a doll. Bruce is a big doll. A hell of a big doll. Greg, the moon is an artificial spaceship. Thanks, man. Lots of people mention that, and I just mentioned. I love the theory. I love the theory of it, and I think it's absolutely something that is also very, very possible. So now let me scroll all the way down, which I'm going to miss a lot of people. I hope not. Great to have a place to go to discuss things we wonder about. Thank you so much for being here to discuss it with me, man. Wonder about and what we are interested about in space and on Earth or under the Earth. Thank you so much for appreciating it, man. I love you for it, brother. And larger telescope, dude. Yeah, hopefully that's what's next. It's on its way. We're getting there very quickly. So not a word to say about that. I have a fundraiser that I'm raising money so that with all that money, we're going to go get another telescope. And there'll be some investing too. I'm going to go get a badass camera. You know, we need more megapixels, but I'm telling you, what I want, which isn't that extravagant, is about $375,000. And I was very disappointed when I realized that. What I was going to do before, after starting the fundraiser, I said, I'm going to get a phantom camera. I'm going to get a bigger telescope. I'm going to get a sun scope. I'm going to get this and I'm going to get that. And then you look at the prices and I said, okay, what's that at a minimum? Okay. The phantom, I look at the price, $123,000. And then my dreams just fucking, not that they quit, but it's true. It's like that. But it's all because of you guys and gals that I'm able to continue, and slowly I have no regrets. I got nothing to say against what everyone's doing, but we're a small bunch to come back here and watch the videos. So it's a hell of a good thing that you guys are keeping me alive to come back and watch these videos, because not a lot of people are coming to this channel. Last video is like at 3,000 for here. It's an explosion. Almost 170 comments. Greatly appreciated. I answered all the comments on the last video, and I'll be back to answering them. So if you're here, if you're new to the channel, I answer all the comments. I stopped answering all the comments like months ago because there were too many. Now there's no more. So I'm definitely going to answer them. Hey, thank you, bro. Man, I can't thank you enough. I appreciate it, Gate Smasher. Thanks, you guys, for the amazing support here. Really appreciate it, man. Hey, Forced Disclosure 18, thank you so much for the generous contributions, you guys. Love from Cali. Yes, I found one of Eben's. Oh, yes. See in the haze. I posted it on my Insta. Yes, it's public. Forced Disclosure 818. I got it from NASA's 2010 LRO images. You guys can also check it out. Thanks for sharing that, man. And as always, thanks for the amazing contributions that you give this channel every time you come by. You guys can check out his channel too. Really good guy, supports the channel. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you so much. Totally a believer. 8 UFOs, 8 in UFOs. My dad's a military buddy. Had some crazy stories. That's all you need, Jared 22. You need a trustworthy person that you know and you hear sit down and tell you that they're real, and you never stop believing in it after. We're like a small group of people that actually know that, but a lot of military speak out to their families and friends, and that's 100% true. Had some crazy stories, Jared says, about UFOs and his flying days. It must be amazing. He got me hooked. Rip Frank, rest in peace, Frank. Yes, rest in peace, Frank. And thanks to Tim. I'm sorry to hear about that, Jared. But you're welcome, man, to be here. And it's a bit of Frank's doing. So that's a good thing. He wanted you to see something that was out there, and now you're gonna see it. Yep, Tara. could terrify us. Yes, the very old word, terra. Yep, that's what's coming. Check out Peter Benton's channel. Hey man, those birds you had the last video were absolutely incredible. Yeah, Knowledge 2020 said it. History repeats itself 100%. Tony Brooks, given James Webb telescope mirrors are only 3 millimeters thick. Oh, are they, eh? Do you think there's still a role for adaptive optics? Optics. You know what? Did you hear, Tony, that they're talking about holes that are in a James Webb telescope? I don't know if it's something that just occurred to it, but are you serious? They're only 3 millimeters thick? What do you mean by adaptive optics? You mean by what they're adding on? This is a pretty simple setup when you look at it, right? 18 mirrors all together, aligned itself to get one image, you know? I don't know. I was on a UFO for 2 hours, very light feeling, no gravity. That's incredible. I felt I have before in an abduction, and it's not something very pleasant. But Greg, you said a mouthful there about something though, because I don't care how many people laugh or whatnot, but when it comes to what I had said at that time that was astral traveling that I was doing, because I didn't understand it, why I was so light and the light feeling, when you jump off of a high area where you feel you're maybe a little too high, and you go to jump and you have the butterfly feeling, and when you jump you just feel your chest hit your chin. That is a feeling that I felt, a very uneasy feeling, a feeling like someone's throwing you off a cliff and that you're feeling the falling as you're falling, but that lightweight. I felt that before. It's probably the same feeling that you're talking about. If it is, hey Karen, all all is one. Hey Bruce, what do you think of Gematria? That's an interesting topic. And actually, hang on. I want to be sure it's the right field. I'll tell you what, I am Mr. Code, right? So when it comes to patterns or when it comes to codes, it's something I've always been very, very interested in. But yeah, the gematria is the practice of assigning a numerical value to a name, word, or phrase according to an alphabetical cipher. Absolutely, a single word can yield several values depending on the cipher which is used. Yes, and this is Hebrew alphanumeric ciphers were probably used in biblical times. So this, yeah, wow, that's interesting. I think that I'll tell you what, all is one. I believe that the truth is hidden in gematria, and that there's a code, a message that is deliberately entered inside of, as you said, just the Bible itself. I bet you there's also that secret code or pattern in our DNA. Definitely. Yes, Velikovsky. I'm listening to a lot in Ukraine. What the hell's going on? What about that other one there? Most of the commanders they're gone, eh? In Russia, the ones in Russia are all completely gone. My body sore. I gritted my teeth so hard I broke my palate. Oh boy, man, you serious, bro? God damn it, man. Be careful with that, eh? So is it something? Do you feel something in the air, man? Like something not right? I'm really worried about the sun and stuff like that. Like for example, the rain that we just got? When it started raining, guys, I did not go outside because that is freaking acid rain. That is radiation falling from the sky, coming directly from the sun. That is how I look at it. I'm very careful now about certain things. Thank you for your endless hours of work. Thank you so much, Claire, and bringing this info to us. Really appreciate it. Your work does not go unnoticed. I love you for it. That really means a lot. Roger Reed, hello to you too. Bradley, thanks a lot, Claire. Yo, Bruce, what up from Central Illinois? Bradley, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping in, you guys. Hey, Raul, in the house. Yep. So, like Gates Master said, hey, thanks, bro, for everything, man. And and those of you also, I'm getting stuff all the time in the mail, but it's taking a long time for certain things to come in from depending on where you are. But I haven't gone this week. I am going there tomorrow. So if any of you send it, I'm getting, guys, why am I saying this? I'm getting birthday cards. And if Brian Kensworthy is listening, I know he's working hard. He doesn't have a chance probably to come on to see it, but I keep mentioning it. He's not going to see this. If he's here, he will. But he mentioned it, Bruce, when I'm in Valleyfield, can we have a coffee? I want to talk to us. Yes, we can, bro. We can meet up. I'll be there with all my stars and my ninja stars and my secret guns in the back. I'll be there. Like, I'll have helicopters and satellites watching me to protect me so they don't take Bruce away. Bruce afraid to go to the McDonald's in Valleyfield. But if he's there, he sent me a beautiful birthday card and always a wonderful contribution. So it's great. Thanks. 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., 1989, California, abducted. I told them never again, and they honored that. I mean, that's an incredible story. Imagine being taken away and that you said, I don't want to be taken away anymore, and that they actually respected that. I actually believe that. That's something I would definitely believe. Man, that is horrible, man. Because of that seizure, bro. That is horrible, bro. I'm sorry, like an hour later talking to you about it. I hope it doesn't happen again. Converging timelines. Yes, Superstar, you're absolutely right about that. Thanks, Darla. Ralph, been in effect since 2012 when CERN fired up. Yep, that's right. CERN fired up, and they've been doing it ever since. Look, this morning again, I woke up. Even my poor mom, every time I tell her that, she says, "You're bloody high blood pressure." I don't have high blood pressure. It could be, but I don't really care. So I woke up this morning again with a bad freaking bottom of the head, and it was pouring rain. And I'm like, I wonder. So, I mean, and I do stupid things. When I have a sore head, I get up, I go downstairs, put on my hat and sit down, make coffee or something, and then things go away. Why do I put on my hat? I'm not going to tell you why. Because I'm a nut. But things are getting really crazy in life. Like, if you're at home sitting with aluminum on your head, you can do it without having to tell anyone. I'm not at that point, but yes, it's like I'm very afraid of the frequencies. I believe frequency wars is exactly what they're doing. The CERN and all that. Could you imagine what the hell they're trying to reach? What are they doing? Where they're sending those beams of energy? Why are they sending small, tiny beams of microwave energy into the sky? That's what they said. Oh, no, the Hadron Collider and the CERN. Don't worry about that. There's no dangers for the animals or the birds flying because we produce such a fine point into the atmosphere. There's nothing of that is good from what they're doing. Elon Musk expecting on having, yeah, you said it, Bradley, moon Nazis. They're expecting on having billions. Did you know that? Elon Musk says billions of satellites will coexist around Earth, no problem. Okay. We can't even coexist, billions of us. How the hell are the satellites going to coexist? So Elon Musk just bought Twitter. No, but 9.2% of it, almost 10% of Twitter. So now the Twitter meetings, he's part of the staff. He gave over, how many millions of dollars now. And guess what? Elon Musk bought Twitter shares. And in a couple of days, you know how much he made? You're not going to believe me, but he made over $1 billion. So just doing that, he could pull out right now and he made $1 billion. Imagine that. if he wanted to, Elon Musk, he could close down everything he's ever done, grab his wife, take off to Bora Bora, and just chill on the island. And when the kids are born, he can send them to college with the same funds that he raised. He doesn't have to work anymore. So when you see these guys working and raising trillions of dollars, it's absolutely incredible. He made $1 billion. Free speech. Elon Musk, I've always been on the scale with this guy. He was elitish, but then the elites don't like him, and he has too much power. I like that in him, and he does what he wants. A guy of his importance goes on Joe Rogan, sits down, and for the first time smokes a joint and goes, he'll try anything. He's a real guy. I like this guy. He's funny. But he asked an important question on his Twitter and asked, this question that I'm asking and the poll that I'm doing has an important outcome depending on what the answer will be. Do you think that Twitter is doing enough of a job? In general, I'm playing around what he said. I'm not quoting word for word, but it meant, is Twitter doing enough for freedom of speech or to allow people to express themselves on their platform, right? They're not. They're being suppressed. Everyone's being suppressed. Trump was suppressed. You don't suppress people on YouTube. Everyone that goes to YouTube and you see this guy that's called Galgamore and he says he's from planet Zeta and he's got all these lights behind him and it says, why should we have to block these people as misinformation? How come back in the days when somebody said Big Bird was actually an alien, they didn't get taken down? But now today, if you start talking about Big Bird, maybe a funny example, but that's how it is. You can't talk about certain things. Hey Kai, I'm sending you some healing energy though, man. That's something I have. I never share it with anybody because I don't like people. I'm kidding, but I'm going to send some to you. Send some your way, man. I don't know. This is none of my business. I don't know if you smoke or not, or with the marijuana. Doesn't that give an effect of calming? I don't know if that helps or maybe doesn't with seizures and stuff like that. But look into that if you're not already looking into it. That could probably. I'm going out on a limb here. That would probably help. Bruce, maybe you can call and check in on me from time to time and see if I'm okay. Absolutely, man. Seriously. If you guys give me your numbers and tell me you want me to call in to see if you guys are okay, I freaking definitely will. I take it seriously. Hey, Tire 123, thank you very much. Another generous contributor and very kind person that comes to the channel. I'm there for you guys. I'm real. I'm real, and I love you all the pieces. I'm telling you. I joke. No, but some people, some people do need it. And in Kai's case, I mean, like if Kai wanted me to check in on him, holy crap, some people do need that. That's it's a good way. I should start doing that just to get attention. Actually, would that work? Actually, no, man, we got to check up on our friends because Kai, he's probably a lot like me. I'm a loner. I do my thing. I'm working like a dog all the time, maintaining platforms. I'm thinking of what I'm going to do in the member video when I get off of here. It's continually always keeping me busy, and I like it that way. And then Patreon, I said, oh my gosh, Patreon is still supporting me. I got to get back there and I got to do more. And I just try to keep doing like that. Then back to the members. This afternoon, there'll be a member video. So call you later, Tire 123. Stephen Ford, thanks so much for being here. Oscar's Weed Pods, how's it going? Hello from NYC, only the best place in the world. 2 things I love: ufology, photography, and growing. Thanks so much, brother, for being here, you guys. Now I'm scrolling all the way down. I got to stop looking at what you guys are writing. I should have done it a while back, but because I know I'm going to miss comments now. I hope I don't. Thanks again, Gate Smasher. Stereotype. Some say demons, ancient culture claims they were here helping. So I don't know. That's a good one. Stereotype. Thanks, Gate Smasher. That's a good one. Demons. So, if we depend on what they said in the Bible, and I do follow it, I did look up to see what they said. Those of you who don't want to aren't into religion, but that are curious about what they're saying in the Revelations, you can take an hour and 27 minutes exactly to have it read to you online. And I'm not talking about in the day. There's some guys that read everything in the revelation of what is to come. And you will want to look at yourself because you're going to think he's faking. You're going to say that's bullshit. He's just saying what's going on right now. Because right now, what's going on, if you've ever lifted the Bible up out of curiosity, whether you're religious or not, it's still an interesting book, guys. You don't have to be religious to pick it up, right? Religious is just a term that people give. In reality, if you're someone seeking truth inside, whether you believe in a higher being or not, it doesn't mean you're bad. I'm sure God won't even be upset for the ones that don't really believe in him. It depends on what you're doing. How were we presented a God? You know, Bibles are interpreted, by the way, and they're interpreted in a language that we don't know about. And there were things that were not able to be um, put down word for word in some of the scriptures that they found. So they obviously made a nice story, and then they said, we can say what we want. Anyways, that's why I say the Bible was probably Gate Smasher is one that actually talked about it too. Maybe in anything, even in the Bible, maybe it was omitted. Maybe a part of the truth. Minky Pinky, bonjour à toi. Maybe a part was left out. Said my mission was covert, and being covert, it did not exist, which is a lie. Are we meeting devils? Are we meeting demons? It's an interesting thing that you're saying there. I was spoken to, and I asked something, but it's because my father had passed away, and I asked the dumbest effing thing that I could probably ever ask an alien is that I say alien now because in the past I was thinking spirits, can still be, but in theory, I wanted to be a portal to the other side. I wanted my yeah, I asked this. I wanted my body to be a portal to the other side for souls that were entering and leaving Earth so that I could meet them and so that I could be close to my father. Isn't that a screwed up thing to ask at a very, very, very young age of between 10 and 12 years old? And I remember asking it, please, God, make me a portal to the other side. I don't even know why I asked for it. But after that time, I started getting a lot of spiritual encounters. And I can say honestly and proudly, because I'm proud to say that I had the chance to experience it. I've like people ask me, Bruce, have you ever met an alien? And when I say no, it's because I believe that some of the people that I've met here on Earth were. And some people told me some really incredible things. And I met some people in some really odd places, like when I was in the woods. I was in the woods in a rainstorm, and I wasn't too happy because it was thunder and lightning. And I'm saying, oh, great. Like I was staying away from the trees, and I was expecting a blast because I have problems with energy, and that's my story. When I'm like this guy in a movie, you know, what's that movie? The guy has a skunk hair because he keeps getting struck by lightning, and when there's a storm, he runs away. That's me. Outside with energy, I don't fuck around with energy at all. I make videos to show you guys that and it's every time, by the way, it's not just once. I go outside, I'm saying lightning strike here, lightning strike there, and it's popping up and it's happening. And it's always been like that. It's like I don't feel that I'm powerful. I feel there's a connection with the timing of the universe. You understand what I mean? That I'm timed with certain things. Like I knew there was going to be a flash there, and I asked a question without we even realizing it. There's something inside of us that bring us to know certain things. Someone guiding us. Why do you think they say we have guides? There has to be something guiding us. You know, I'm really off topic today, but when it comes to talking spirits, entities, and aliens and that, I could honestly talk for hundreds of hours about it. And I have so many cool theories, I believe, you know. Yeah, those big companies there are very concerning. I'm telling you, the world is run. The elites own all the companies. They own the media. They own the military. They're even in charge of the CIA and all these secret associations like the FBI, and it's incredible. Josh, how's it going, my man? I'm good, brother. Thanks so much. Yoga with Denise is here. Frederick H. Hello. Thanks again, Greg. Susanna Bauer's in the house. Probably because they have a lot of bodies buried in the name of keeping UFOs secret. Roger. 10-4. Copy that. Yeah, possibly. Thanks again, Yoga with Denise. They could have possibly a lot of things going on up there. Yeah, that's a scary thought. Gate Smasher. Oh, I had to tell you, for the first time, I tried bacon without cheese. And I don't think I'm going to be able to talk about it without crying. So I'm going to talk about it right now. It was weird. It was disturbing. People are like, what the hell is he talking about? I'm addicted to cheese, y'all. I'm a chubby guy that never eats. I don't eat nothing. I just bite cheese often. So when I stop that and start walking again, I always do this. I'll get back into shape. I was younger. I lost 100 pounds, guys. Did you know that? Lost 100 pounds by just walking a lot. And of course, on unemployment at that time, I was able to walk 2 hours one way and 2 hours back a day. So obviously 4 hours a day is a bit much, but I was just burning down. So because I was walking all the time, I could eat even more than I was eating when I was sitting at home, not exercising. So sometimes it's people think it's hard. Oh, it's too hard to lose weight. Walk. Stop jogging. It breaks your back. If you jog, you're going to be keeled over when you're older. You see those people walking keeled over. They said, "Oh, that's someone that's not very didn't do any much walking around." No, it's the opposite. They walked around all the time and probably jogged and ran all the time. I'm more scared about USA info about UFOs. I am Diane. It's just that, like, I'm here in Canada, and no matter what country people are in, it's only the US that is bringing all the information out. Here, I can safely say that the United States of America are the ones that are leading the country with a couple of other countries. Russia, China, United States. We see these countries always reoccurring. How come during the war back in the day there was Poland and all this? Now it's the same thing. The new Auschwitz in Mariupol now, or another town, because they are. I was happy to see a little bit of truth where they said that there were some war crimes, but that they said it wasn't Geno, which I don't believe, but I said that would be encouraging to know that was just some people. Like, I mean, does it make any sense? I can't even talk about it anyways. We're not really supposed to talk about it here, but it's all a shit show, a scamish. Bruce might show your photo live. Send your share notes, photos, write, share, and a note on back to Bruce Schwartz. Thank you very much, Julie. Any information you guys have to send me. At one point, some guy asked me that he had a picture that he said he wasn't supposed to have, and he says, "Would you, want to show it?" I told him yes. I said I would take the chance in showing it, And when the cops asked me where I got it, well, expect that I'll be giving the address you sent it to. So send it from some other address if you're sending me something top secret, so that nobody can trace it. They're opening all of our mail here. Very concerning. I'm going to scroll down here again. Thank you so much, you guys. Sean, how's it going, man? It's a vacuum cleaner. I was going to make a video just the other day about that. It's funny. That's weird you said that. Gina who, Cussy? I hope you're not talking about Gina Colvin Hill, because no, I don't agree with it anyways. I think she's showing fake stuff. She doesn't even have any apparatuses, but might not be the same Gina. They come and advertise. She's got people in her community that come and advertise here all the time about Gina. She dances with dust mites and stuff. So highly insulted when people have channels and take the time to. She's doing good. She doesn't need anybody anyway. She's over 100,000 now, I think. When you don't show truth, that's what happens. You get a lot of views. I'm about to have to get ready for work myself. Sorry, I don't. Maybe you didn't know I felt that way, but the community talking about Gina's channel. Nah, I'm totally. I mean, she dances with dust mites and stuff like that, and says that it's not dust. He said it's UFOs and aliens and stuff. She films water droplets. Says it's plasma on the camera and stuff, and I get very, very, very offended when I see her make videos like that. When people send me the videos, as for her doing her thing, good for her. About to have to get ready for work myself, Bruce. Wish I could stick around. I'll catch up on this one and the other live stream. Thank you so much, Josh. And thanks a lot, you guys. Webb telescope hopefully reveals something. I hope so, Stereotype. They're out there, eh? They're out there doing a secret project. They didn't tell anybody what they are doing at all. Hey, Cussy, honestly, if you saw Gina's channel, you honestly think it's interesting stuff? Talking about the plasma the way she does and saying that it's not normal to have birds in the backyard and stuff like that. I thought she was a bit eccentric. But I don't like fake videos because what she does is she goes and gets videos from the weather stations and she says that look, there's plasma. She believes there's plasma here. And the minute I got people coming from her community is the first day I talked about plasma. Between her and Dr. Albers, I have people here advertise for them here. So I'm not saying advertising, I'm just saying you'll see. You look around, people come. Have you heard of Gina? Have you heard of Gina? It's because it has nothing to do with my channel. My channel's not like Gina's at all. I don't. I haven't seen any other channels like mine actually. Wish you need to look into the CERN for the answer. Oh yes, I got the CERN, and I got. Why is this in front of the CERN? Why do we see that in front of the CERN? We do see it, eh? It was a gift from India that an Indian researcher, and I looked him up. It's a guy that's working there at CERN, Indian researcher. See, that's the cool things. You know how people label people? Oh, so somebody got hit by a car this afternoon. Oh yeah, was he black? Was he white? Was he yellow? They all want to know, right? But they don't talk about the ones doing the research and the scientists so much. So when you look at the scientists at the CERN and you look at the scientists in other areas, other fields, they're the same nationalities. So I'm not saying one nationality is more responsible than the other for, but we all know there has to be some nationality, whether there's several of them all together, it could be, that are ruling the world. Why is there such a difference in the way the West works as compared to the other side? If it's one world government, I always wondered how come everything wasn't just all one centered money system and stuff like that. And now that's what they're trying to do. And it's scary. It really is scary. Thank you to all the countries and leaders, not like they're going to see my video, but that are standing up for this stupid New World Order, which, by the way, Biden himself re-mentioned it again, eh? Sorry about that. Biden himself re-mentioned it again, was talking about the New World Order. They say that's what we need. That's what's coming. There's going to be a major change. Something not right about that. Well, that's it. I was trying to do an experiment this afternoon in a vacuum, but mine leaks. Like space vacuums. White holes eject light. Yeah, interesting. Guys, there's so much to learn, and I'm studying so much about it. But the stuff that you don't know, right? Like when I started doing this research and on the moon and stuff, it brought me to look into libration and equilibrium and what the equinox and the sun and everything, which I said orthodox before instead of equinox. Very funny. That was a mistake. There's so much to learn about everything out there, and I'll never be smart enough to learn everything. But yeah, you guys see Will Smith at the Oscars? Wasn't that horrible? Another elite scum. The elite scumbags. You said it, Stereotype. We live on speculation. We live on theories, assumptions, and speculations. We use the smartest people's theories, like Einstein's theories of beginning of the 1900s of relativity and all that, and we do experiments and stuff, and it still wasn't even spot on. We don't know. We don't know crap, honestly, and we're in the beginning of time of experimenting leaving Earth. Is how I'm looking at it. If you look at it, when they left in 1969, supposedly, whether they went or not, they definitely did not go the way they showed us, right? They showed us illustrations like they did with the James Webb Telescope. Another community member told me in the last video, they said, Bruce, you see them all applauding and they're showing these stupid illustrations and they say it's real. You know, they say that you're literally looking at, I don't know which Apollo landing it is, one of the Apollo landings, literally an illustration. Well, they all are. And when you look at it, it looks like an illustration. And like a dust mite on a lens following the telescope, you could see that was occurring even during the landings when they were showing stuff. China's landing, by the way, if you go look at China landing in Sinus Iridium, actually they didn't, because they said it was too. Did you know that they said that there was too jumbled up? There was too much of an uneven surface in Sinus Iridium, and everyone's looking at Sinus Iridium. Hey, it looks flat. Nope, it's not flat. There's probably cities there. What are structures, right? It doesn't mean they're buildings. It could be a structure for an experiment that someone built. It doesn't mean they're highways when we see lines. I know. We have a tendency of guessing what's on the moon based on what we know here on Earth. And, you know, we see something square on the moon that's very high. We'll say, oh my God, it's a building. We'll see a tower. We'll say, well, maybe it's a communication tower. If there was another, a whole new system, which, listen, you can agree with me that we find new things here on Earth all the time. So do you, I'm cutting into something else right now. I'm cutting into something else right now. Do you think it's normal that we're not looking in the bottom of our oceans, or have not even been able to get to the bottom, but that we very confidently send satellites into space, and we send objects and probes, whatnot, to watch the sun, and we land on Mars, and we send vehicles to Mars, right? Eh? That is hilarious. But we're not looking at the moon. And like someone said here before, the close-ups of the images of Mars, the colors and everything, the details are showing on the surface. Try to imagine how incredible the moon could be. I mean, it would be touching and moving for everybody if they admitted what was on the surface. It really would be. Or it would be horrifying, terrifying. But I try to encourage those that are afraid of the fact someone could be on the moon, and a lot of people that come here are, and I always tell them they might be protecting us. See the positive in it, and it's true. The people outside of Earth may be protecting us. If not, it would be instantaneously, guys. Instantaneous. The aliens would not come around and spend years and looking around. No. They would come in, they would see there's a being there, they would pass us off in a flash. And me, maybe it's because I'm stupid, if they're an advanced race, they might be lenient when it comes to torturing people and other beings. So they would probably try to do it fast. Let it come. If they want to get rid of us in that fashion, hope they do it properly. But there's some things that people don't understand, including me. When somebody says, how can they pay people to have babies and then depop us? That is where it gets scary, because they want to experiment on humans. Very scary. They're making us sick. Yeah, I know they're making us sick and they're trying to kill us. But on the other hand, they're paying people to have more kids. Why? Why would they pay people to have more kids if we're too many people here on Earth? So whether we believe it or not that too many people on Earth is a problem, there can be some problems. Is it going to be enough for us to completely carbonize the entire Earth and that everything's screwed up after that? I highly doubt it. There's so much place left here on Earth. It's that the toxic pollutive bullshit that the government's doing. I mean, look at a radio telescope and the big, large telescopes. Oh, you look at it, looks so serene, just pointing to the stars, making no noise. Go close to it. Go next to a radio telescope. Well, okay, you can't. Why? Radio telescopes, the pollution and all the fuel and gas and everything that's underground, the lines and the pumps and whatever's going to get shit going, that's ridiculous. They're hiding all that, but they're polluting the planet with that. So they're polluting this planet. Get this. They're going to destroy, scrap, and pollute this planet to go find further away another planet where we can live and have enough water and fuel and not be polluted. So we're going to pollute the shit out of Earth to be able to get off and go somewhere else. The problem is, we're not all going to go somewhere else. Some of us are going to stay back on here, most likely. Ladies and gents, it is 3:00. I'm going to go have a little time between me starting that next video for you all on the member side. I got some more videos up on here. I have to thank you all for taking the time to watch the last video. 3,000 views is not a lot of views, but it's still a lot more than only 1,000 views. I wish more people, blah, blah, blah. Bruce wants more views. Yeah, I'm not going to hide it. I wish there were millions of views here, but we're not going to hide that it's not normal if I'm showing these UFO videos. I went to see a UFO video when I first came on YouTube, and they all go up into the millions. So I said, these videos are going to climb up. But how come my older videos stop going up? So when you look in analytics, and I look at all my videos on lists of the pages, you don't see any views going up. You see 0.000000000. And you look at my last video, the last video is the only one that is getting views. So for the thumbs up, I thank you all. And of course, for the ones I missed, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Akasi. Or QC, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Patrick, thanks a lot, brother. If you travel to the ley lines that intersect all over the world, you will feel the power, that's very true, and see a different time and space with the proper words or song and dance natives do. And that's why, Gate Smasher, you're a deep guy. That's why I believe there's a lot of areas around Earth that are being kept hidden or secretive. I mean, for all we know, that it could even be a church built over some of those areas. In a way, it's a little bit like a portal. I believe there are monuments that are placed around on Earth that nobody knows the reasons why. Maybe the pyramids are exactly one of them, to be aligned with a certain star in the sky. Because don't forget, after many years, the stars from Orion that were lined up on the pyramids in Egypt at one point stopped aligning because things are traveling always through space. But I heard that. Look at, as funny as saying it's true, Gate Smasher. Thanks everybody for the generous contributions too. When you go to areas on Earth where there's that hill that you climb up, but that you feel like you're going downwards, or the one where the water goes upwards at one point, it's because of a magnetic region on Earth. And this is true. There is an area where the water flows upwards, and it's all due to magnetism. It's all because of these certain areas, and it's along the ley lines, exactly what you're talking about. I looked into a little bit of that when I was a bit younger, a couple of years ago, and it's true. I believe in the energy. I believe people that are connected through their own energy, it's like magic. We are a magical race. Gate Smasher was the first one that said it too, and I've always thought it. We really are a magical race. We're a healing race. We're a race we can heal each other. But I believe, and here's the crazy part, that energy and frequency that we have is being distorted and sent off to another octave because of another frequency holding it back. That if we were to freely express ourselves and freely, that's not what I mean. If we were able to freely be in an area that there's no satellites around us, no electrical devices or anything stopping us. I do believe something is in the air continually on that frequency, continually controlling us. I believe in mind control. I believe in MK Ultra. I believe in all of that. Right here in Montreal, the MK Ultra started. No, not Van. It is the Allen Memorial Hospital. Look up the Allen Memorial Hospital. Look up the doctors that were there and the things that they did there. They're American CIA agents and FBI agents that were bringing little younger and experimenting and lobotomizing and all this in the name of what? Research in the name of what? Are they really just researching on humans just because of torture from the war in Russia and everything? I don't think so. I believe there's a space war going on, and I believe certain things happen to people on the moon. I do believe there are people there. Thanks, you guys. Thank you, everybody. Julie, thanks, you guys. I love you more, Beth, and thanks so much, you guys. You can also check out my music channel, Bruce's silly little music channel, where I rarely am, but I go once in a while to upload a little video. It's the only break I take from this research. If you're just arriving to the channel, I want you to know that I answer all comments. I am here all the time producing the videos, and all I ask you, if you appreciate a video, to thumbs it up, maybe take the time to subscribe to the channel. It'll be a big help. So I'm off to start on the members video. Hopefully I'll get up between the streams. It's 3:00 right now, so that means in 5 hours, I will be back here and we'll be talking about some more stuff. And I'm going to keep up and maintain a bit faster with the feed line. But unfortunately, when I say that, I have to scroll over everyone's comments, guys. I don't like doing it. So I prefer answer everyone's comments, and what I don't see, so be it. You do know that I go and watch it afterwards, for at least 20 minutes to half an hour. And I see all the comments on the right. Sometimes I see contributions that people contribute that I don't see. Oh, speaking of contributions, my friend Gate Smasher. Just because I love you more, man. Listen, you guys, thank you. And thanks for being on the same frequency as me, y'all. And why haven't the Greys stopped all the nuke tests around the world, knowing it's causing problems with dimensional portals, etc.? Because maybe something's coming, Sean, and there might be some drastic thing that we might have to do. Like, could it be at one point that they may have to sacrifice an entire planet to save the rest of the universe? We're all uniquely placed like on a friggin' chessboard, and the minute something happens to one of the planets or suns, it's going to change, then a domino effect, and things are going to start smashing into each other and stuff. Doesn't that remind you of the Big Bang? Sounds a lot like the Big Bang. So now it's going to go backwards. I'm going to start going backwards in time. Really, really weird. Tell yet, can you text USA free? Donna, I love you, sister. Did Bruce give you my telephone number yet? Your number? Oh, I don't. Do I have your number? Okay, if you wrote it on the thing, I would have it. I don't give out your number, sister. That's for sure. No, I can't, Julie, text, but I can call though. I cannot text the USA because of my stupid cell phone. I have a landline and I can't do any texting whatsoever. It's because I was supposed to give it. It's probably because if I'm reading Julie's mind, she probably sent something that she wants to reach me and talk to me about, or I'm sorry, Julie. I have a memory blank. I didn't realize that I had your number. I didn't think I had your number. I'll have to check later. Probably written on something, but sorry about that. If ever I'm missing and not impossible for me to answer everyone, I'm trying. Thanks again, Beth. Thanks everybody. Damn right. Hey, Momo. Thank you so much. Cloak ships and clouds around as at nights. Watch out in the sky. Definitely. Eat bacon. I'm 100% with that. Without cheese, it's healthier. That's probably what I'm going to go have right now. Oh my gosh, Oliver. Well, you know what, eh? It's probably must have been a god in another life because I like my cheese. But me, it's only for the allergy that I stop. But look, so far, maybe maybe it could be coincidence. But I got through the entire stream, no eye problem at all. Hopefully it'll help. We'll see what the difference in the dark circles around the eyes. But that's part of me. That's who I am. Don't forget, I do a shitload of screen time and work. I've never stopped that. And of course, I'm 47 years old there, not 20 anymore. Not industrial cheese, yeah. I have a bit of everything. The Parmesan cheese, the dried cheese, different humidity. I have the strong cheese. I buy regular cheese. I buy processed cheese. I buy square cheese, the orange cheese, and I have um, cheese whiz, and I have cheese chips, and cheese this and that. That's all I have. I'm bad with it. Well, I did a test because I eat so much of it. Honestly, it's like I don't even eat a meal, and I grab half of the brick, slice it up in little strands. I just keep freaking popping that in my mouth, but it doesn't fill you up, right? Because you're just freaking eating the cheese. I get water gushing from my my taste buds when I'm having the cheese. And no matter how big the bloody piece is, I'm a cheese friggin' freak. But I like challenging myself sometimes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lose weight and get myself 20 or 30 pounds a bit lower, do a bit more walking, all while maintaining the videos and not stopping anything. So it'll probably help. And that way, I will see if it's going to help my eye. It probably will because I'm able to do it without playing in it. It started happening there the last few live streams there. I'm touching my eye because it was sore. It's just feeling like there's guck all behind it. And as for the diseases with the eyes and stuff, not even worth looking them up. I looked them up and it's like, I got that. I got that too. Oh shit, I got that too. Oh shit, I got that too. When I read a medical book, I realize that I'm dying every time I read the medical book. The Generati, thank you for being here. John Black, everyone, you guys, thank you so much. Sarah, it's code. Yes. Gematria. Yes, it happens a lot and everything. Yeah, I mean, it's the best, but it's the devil. The cheese is the devil, I think. I love too much. I mean, and I'm not kidding. I have any type of I'm getting hungry. You know what the worst of it is? I think it's like drugs because now that I stopped eating the cheese, I haven't eaten almost anything in the past couple of days because it's not good without cheese. Now I'm not going to be able to eat poutines anymore. I'm going to have to eat fries with sauce, no cheese. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Been there, done that. Spend my time doing that. A big bowl of almonds and peanuts. You just cut a bunch of squares off, a couple pieces of cheese in a bowl with the nuts, and I say a couple of pieces, 80 or 90 big squares, big ass squares of cheese with maybe 50 peanuts. Eat more cheese than the peanuts. You watch the weight go down. And as for drinking, I don't drink very much, but the rare occasions that I put, not that rare, if I put a little bit of whiskey in my coffee, well, this month I have not touched any of that either at all. No alcohol at all, actually, this month. To see, I'm doing tests to see for the allergies. And if I pass the whole month without having any alcohol, which definitely won't be a problem, we'll see. It might help. It could be something, an allergic reaction. I hope the hell I'm not allergic to wine and cheese, because then I'm going to jump off a bridge. You never know. Right. I'm off, guys. I love you all so much. Thanks for the amazing support, the amazing contributions. We'll be back on tonight talking about a whole bunch of things. I'm going to go check the news tonight before I come on to see what's new in space. Maybe some updates like Tony was talking to us about James Webb Telescope. And I'll see you all this evening. I love you guys. Thanks a lot. Beth, another cheese freak? See, Beth, that's exactly. I'm burping it up right now by fasting. And it helps. It's good. It kills cancers. A lot of people say, you don't eat sweets. The sweets I stopped. I don't eat any salt anymore. That's the worst of it. I have all the vitamins here from B1 to every B that exists, actually. B1 to help the eyes. There's a bunch of things that I'm trying to do. Take my omega-3s when I remember, even though it's supposed to help memory. Not working too good. But that's how it is. Some people... it's to keep the weight going, but I can lose weight really quick as compared to, I can gain fast, but I can also lose fast when I hold myself to it, for sure. It's all about how you feel when you go outside, and you put a shirt on and you don't feel right, or you feel the shirt starts hugging my sides. I flip out. I can't have any clothing hugging me. I don't like it when ladies hug me, but clothing, not so much. All right, guys, I'm off. Blah, blah, blah. Bruce is just rambling on. Thanks again, everybody. Talk to you all soon. Thank you, my family.